Oh yeah, y'all get ready. We got the ill show. DC is killing it. We got the Dragonfly and all of that goodness. Yeah, boy. How the hell did that happen? We're moving like brothers, y'all. Let's get it in. Unboxing. Popping comic. Unboxings and reviews live. You know how we get down? Yo, what up, y'all? Sixth Element of Hip Hop. You know what it is. I'm your host, Reno Noir. This is my co-host, Stu Dog. And we got some amazing shit tonight. Peace, peace, peace. What's good, Stu?
What's up? What's up?
Bro, hell of a show tonight. Hell of a show tonight. We're going to probably ride a little long. Like, that's how dope of a show it is. And this beauty right here, let me reach back here because it's massive. This is the G.I. Joe Haslab Dragonfly.
Is it? I mean, it looked like you can get in it. The box is so big. I mean,
it's matte. Yes, it's huge. You can almost get in it. And look at this. And then this one. This is a big one too. Wow.
I literally was just looking at that on Big Bad Toy Store. That is hard. That Ghost Rider joint is hard.
I wanted this one bad.
That joint is hard, bro.
You can't wait to chrome them chains and them spikes out too.
Yeah, that would definitely be an upgrade.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, check out. Speaking of upgrades, little project I'm working on, the Wu-Tang Soundwave.
Bro, where the hell did you get a Wu-Tang Soundwave from? I need one of them in my life.
I made it. Created it. So I took the yellow paint and painted all the silver yellow, painted all the blue black, and then you see the tape deck is gray right now because that's primer. But I'm going to be having the Wu-Tang symbol real big right on the middle of his chest. So he's going to have the Wu-Tang right there. And guess what? When you pop open the thing, this shit hit me one day. I was like, yo, when you pop open the thing, the tape, I'm going to paint it purple, B. The purple tape going to be inside. The purple tape going to be inside. It's glorious. It's glorious. What happened to Stu?
Right here, Joe.
Oh. Yeah, dog. It's gonna be dope. And I got there's a little gun too. I gotta paint yet. That he's got his little pistol. Right here. This has got to be painted. So that was his original colorway. You can see right there, the blue and silver, of course, Soundwave. So that'll be painted black, and the tip will be painted yellow. And then, like I said, it'll have the W on the front, and the purple tape will be inside. Once I get that painted up, that's his little side project. But before we get into the big goodness, because I know there's a lot of people expecting to see that unboxing at 7 p.m. So I wanted to get started a little early because we do have a lot of really, really dope. Let me get the screen. A lot of really dope DC stuff for y'all tonight. Boom, boom. Stu, is your camera working?
Yeah.
Are you doing some private things? Doing some private things right now?
No, I'm still setting up, man. Hang on.
You good? You good?
My space.
Making sure it ain't no technical. I'm just making sure it ain't no technical issues. I gotta.
My space was violated, man. I'm just trying to remove the violations. You know what I mean? This is what happens when people violate your space.
I can't stand it. Peace, Slade. Corey, salute.
I just need about 60 seconds. All I need is 60 seconds. That's all I need.
Well, while you doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and hop and get into the Superman #1, absolute Superman #1 for DC Power Hour. It is here. It is fucking peak. It is peak. Peak.
Sir.
I'm gonna break it down. So yeah, did you get yours? Did you get one yet?
Man, come on, man. Who you, man? Listen, I still got my lunch money
Can
from the
you?
third grade. Listen,
But
yes,
can
I
you?
got
Can
me.
you? Can
I
you
had
show
two
us?
copies.
All
I had
right,
two.
show us.
Oh, you want to see it? Oh, 1 second.
Show us,
Give
because
me
I
a
don't have
second. Hang
mine.
on 1 second.
Yes,
I got
thank you.
mine. Hang on.
All right, cool. And with the release of the Absolute Superman #1, DC has now released the initial wave of its new Absolute Universe comic book titles, following Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman, and now all of the 3 books, while all of them take, the brand new approach to the DC Trinity of superheroes. Absolute Superman is definitely the one with the most direct connection to the original Superman comic book. As in, a lot of ways is happening in this comic book is sort of modern day take on the golden age Superman. Whereas, the Batman and the Wonder Woman are very different versions of the characters. But Superman #1 is from writer Jason Aaron, artist Rafa Sandoval, colorist Ulysses Arreola, and letter Rebecca Carey. And as noted, is much closer to the classic Superman than, say, Absolute Batman, which, while quite good and super dope, has a very distinctive approach to the idea of Batman as a vigilante, very different than the billionaire playboy. And while Kelly Thompson does a wonderful job of keeping the Diana in Absolute Wonder Woman in tune with the classic version of Wonder Woman, she does so in a very different style of Wonder Woman of the original comic book. Wonder Woman as a black magic user raised in hell, a little different take there. But thus, Absolute Superman stands out of the 3 books in being very similar to the original Superman stories. Some people were disappointed in that fact. They wanted some different, some crazy take on Superman. But the first major change in the series to the Superman mythos was an alteration of the previously established Kryptonian caste system that has been a part of Kryptonian history for, a long time. And as noted in the old, lists and versions of the worst parts of Krypton, Kryptonian society, it says, would be highly controversial if it existed on Earth in today's world. The population was divided into a caste system based on profession, right? So these guilds were divided, and you had, the religious, the artist, the military, the science, and the labor. And the first 4 had representation on the planet's ruling council. So the labor guild did not, and they were instead treated like lower class citizens, the labor guild. And so during the Kryptonian saga, the new Krypton saga, I should say, Superman decides to live with the newly discovered Kryptonians and is forced to join a guild. So he opposes the system as it's unfair to many of the people in it, and especially, abusive to those in the labor guild who have been worked nonstop since everyone gained powers. So it's only after an open dispute that labor is granted representation on the council. And here, in a big twist, that is that both Lara and Jor-El are not members of the Science Council, right? Because remember, in the OG Superman stew, Jor-El and Lara, they're Science Council members. They're big science dudes. Lara, in particular, gets a brilliant introduction as a fascinating, bold woman who was ostracized from the caste system due to a report that she was, that she wrote. A report that she wrote when she was 9 years old. And so, when we see her in action with a farmer, where she's doing work, helping him out, and just sort of, doing real labor. I don't think we've ever seen a better take on Lara L than in this comic book. And I don't mean to suggest that there haven't been some good comic books.
Lara,
Lara, whatever. Right.
Yeah, Laura L. You like that? You got put that U in there, Laura L.
Laura L. And of course, but I don't think that anyone has ever made her as compelling as she is in this comic. I mean, she's always been a very marginal side character. They give her something to do in this one. And, Jor-El is also someone that has been kicked out of the Science Council for speaking the truth against power. And that he's often one of the most successful members of the Labor Guild, who are marked with the big S's on their chest. The people of steel, as it were, right? So that's the labor. That's where in this one, that's where they're getting the S from. Very different from in other comics and in previous Superman comics. And so after we see the start of the destruction of Krypton, and the reveal that Kal-El is already a young boy on the planet before it's destruction. Because remember, in the OG Superman, he's taken off the planet when he's an infant, and the place is destroyed. In this one, he's still a young boy when Krypton is still there, and he's on Krypton living. And so we see him in action then on Earth. And here is where Aaron the writer fits the classic golden age take on Superman perfectly. So, just look at the first Superman story in Action Comics #1, which was technically a number of comic strip stories that they cut and pasted together for the first book, and which is why the story opens up in the middle of a scene, right? And so Superman breaks into the governor's mansion to get to get a stay for execution. And so we see him beat up a wife abuser and also interrogate a corrupt politician. And as you can see, Superman in the earliest stories was a bold vigilante who pursued progressive ideals. And so that perfectly fits with the approach that Aaron is taking with Absolute Superman, where Superman is traveling the world, finding operations run by the villainous Lazarus Corp, and using his abilities, to mess with the way that Lazarus Corporation abuses its workers. And so there's one early Superman story about mine safety where Superman goes undercover as a miner, that is so similar that I'm even going to do a separate, probably video on just how interesting the similarities are. I mean, it's almost like a reboot. And Superman had notably been doing these good deeds in the shadows, but now he's publicly revealing himself to the world, which leads him to being arrested by the government agent Lois Lane. So his villain, yes, in this one is Lois Lane. His antagonist is Lois Lane in this book. So, and this is a really strong opening by the writer, and the artwork by Sandoval and Ariola is outstanding, especially the character work that he does with both Laura, Kal-El, and also the workers in Brazil, and that Kal-El befriends during his time undercover with the Lazarus Corp. So there, in a nice twist, we see the Lazarus Corp that had purchased the Kent farm in Smallville, right? So Lazarus Corp is basically the perfect blend of the evils of capitalism and fascism, with their armored peacemakers, used to control the workers, and giving Superman a fascinating new villain to fight against, other than the standard Lex Luthor take. Although, of course, it looks like we might see the absolute Brainiac version in this one. So, but Sandoval and Ariola also handle the action scenes very well, which I liked. And you find, like a final page with Lois Lane arresting Superman. It's very epic. And so the Absolute books have done a very good job in the endings of the first issues. All the first issues of these three have ended. They not only have great cliffhangers, but they include a number of setup pages that tease future, storylines that get you very, excited. And this line launch, I think, has been done very well overall. I'm glad to see this third one just kind of brings it home. Batman, like I said, Wonder Woman were phenomenal. Superman just really puts the cherry on top. But let's take a look at the book. Stu Dog, show us how this bad boy looks.
Blam.
Blim. I love that cover.
Yeah, there were a few covers. I didn't want the A cover. I wanted the card covers. So I got the one of the two card covers they had at the comic shop where I shop at. It was one per customer. Thank you for that, Wade's comic.
Hell yeah.
Because
oh yeah,
Wade himself said he wants everybody to get a copy. So one per customer. Let me open it up here. Let's get it popping. Okay, here we go. Bang. Yeah.
Dragonfly cometh, y'all. We definitely gonna unbox the Dragonfly today. This evening at 7 p.m., y'all. Is 7 p.m. We're gonna bust out the Dragonfly. People are waiting, expecting the 7 p.m. launch. Check that book out, y'all. Superman, Absolute Superman. The artwork is fantastic. I love the style. It's very stylized and fresh, like my man Slade said.
And the good thing about it that I like is that you got to spend a significant amount more time on Krypton, even though it's not long, but it's longer than what we normally got when you tell a Superman story, and you get to understand the politics of Krypton, which were very intense. When they did the Man of Steel movie, they dove into that a little bit, the politics of Krypton, and even in the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeves, there's two cuts, and in the one cut, actually it's not bad. There's a few cuts, but in the one cut they show Zod, Nog, and Ursa before they get banished to the Phantom Zone, and they actually talk about why they're getting banished to the Phantom Zone, and Zod declares that they talk about Zod, staged a coup where he tried to take over, which we saw in
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel. They talk about it in the first Superman movie, but they actually acted it out in Man of Steel. So we know what Zod's all about, and we know why. Him and Jor-El, had they worked together, they probably could have came with a better plan to save Krypton rather than fight each other. And
Mm-hmm.
Krypton died. Zod, he lives on. But when Man of Steel, Zod had a good point. Like he was genetically engineered to be a son of Krypton. Like
Mm-hmm.
anything he did was for his people. It was, and no matter how harsh you thought it was, or how bad you thought it was, or how much a decision you thought that he made that was just cruel and unending,
Mm-hmm.
it just was for the good of his people.
Right, right, right.
And a lot of people don't get that part. And Zod
Uh,
was basically telling Kal-El that because you're sitting here defending the Earthlings, you have abandoned your people. These you might have grew up here, but these are not your people.
right, right,
And
right.
that's and Superman, he just was like, I mean, I get that, but you can't just destroy one people to make sure that another survives. And Zod just told him
Mm-hmm.
his stance, like, doesn't matter. But this book is beautifully illustrated. Superman's powers are a little different, but uh, I like it. I really, really do. I really do. I really have no gripes with it. Wonder Woman it was absolutely gorgeously drawn and written, and actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved it.
Um, yeah. And next week we get Batman. We get the second part of
Batman
Batman.
too. Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, part two.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully,
And
hopefully,
a lot of people like the only slight gripe that some may have about this first Superman issue is that Superman himself isn't like in the whole book per se. Like he's not really a big. It's a lot about Krypton. So a lot of people. It's a lot about Krypton, but it's just perfectly done. I think it's important how much they do about Krypton and all that. As far as Superman himself, there's just enough revealed to pique your interest in a perfect way, written very well. And first, from his costume to how he recharges to a tech buddy that speaks on him. There's a lot to unpack and build on, and the tech buddy speaks to Superman through like captions, and so it makes it easy to play out Superman's loner self so he can talk to it. And as first issues go, again, this issue delivers on Superman's backstory, general purpose, and most immediate conflict. Like I said, only gripe. Also, it's going to take the second issue to fully understand his captor and more about Superman further. Lois Lane and all of that, and a lot of time is spent on Krypton, so Superman doesn't get a lot of time on the page. But like I said, the way they blend the story is it's you'd be a fool to complain. It's definitely a home run, man. This is definitely a home run. The third of the first three. So, but yeah, like Steve
yeah.
said, Batman
Don't forget
2.
to get don't forget to get your super. Don't forget to get your DC All In. DC All
Oh
In
yeah,
is
to start it off.
yeah. Don't forget to get your DC All In.
Yeah, and Superman's new nickname is a dark identity shift for the Man of Steel. As he has this new joint. He's got a dark, unsettling new nickname that not only strips him of his manhood status, but also adds a mysterious edge to his character. The real question is whether this unique moniker is just a fleeting moment or if it's actually going to become a lasting label for Superman. The feat arguably makes Superman's survival even more impressive, suggesting that the title, The Boy Who Lived, could apply to him more than Harry Potter, even. So yeah, from the Man of Steel to the boy who spoke in whispers. That's his latest nickname. So the boy who spoke in whispers. You'll see that right there. He says, "My God, the boy who spoke in whispers." And Superman says, "If Lazarus won't pay you, you should take the diamonds to someone who will. Please just get out of here, everyone. Out of here before." And then that's when you see Kal-El get zapped by all that electricity, Stu. And so that's where they say that first moniker, the boy who spoke in whispers. So I don't know if that's going to catch on. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But it's a nickname given to him by a miner, not a minor child, but a guy who mines. He previously encountered early in the issue. And during their first interaction, Kal-El communicated only in whispers, making a peculiar impression on this miner. Again, a guy who mines in a mine for ore, not a child. But when the two meet again, this time with Kal-El saving this man who mines for ore in the other townspeople, the mine worker, in awe of their savior, recalls their first exchange and says, "My God, the boy who spoke in whispers," officially giving Superman this unsettling new alias. So it definitely doesn't carry the iconic weight of the Man of Steel, right, or Krypton's last son. It does immediately stand out, though, injecting Kal-El's character with a very mysterious air. And his soft-spoken demeanor does hint at a potential core, of traits for this new version of Superman. So we'll see how it applies, and maybe it'll catch on, maybe it'll stick. Who knows?
Man, it's a very dark and gothic name. The
It
boy
is.
who whispers. It's
Yeah.
like the one who never was, or
Right.
or or
Right.
or the one who could be but never was. Yeah, that's just
Word.
that's what
Word.
it is. Yeah. So
Um.
we'll see.
But as for Lois Lane, I think it's interesting. It's very interesting. There's so Lois, Cal and Lois being cuffed together, symbolizing that their lives are destined to intersect, regardless of their, of their of their roles in the world or whatever. But it's that. Let me show you. There's a great image. Hang on, let me fix the screen there, my dog. Here we go. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, bing, bing, bing. Y'all, yes, at 7 p.m. we are going to unbox the Dragonfly. Stay tuned, hang out. We're definitely gonna bust this bad boy open. Let's see what it is. So yeah, there she is. There she is, man. That's Lois Lane right there, slapping some super cuffs on the boy who whispers, aka Superman. She says, "This is Agent Lane, suspect in custody." So crazy shit. DC reimagines the iconic Daily Planet editor in chief as an agent of the Lazarus Core Force, a militant global police force enforcing a mysterious entity's laws and overseeing forced labor under the guise of peacekeeping. This twisted version of Lois Lane immediately casts her in a villainous light, completely redefining her relationship with Superman and DC lore. Interesting. Very fucking interesting. But yeah, definitely recommend it, you know. Um Superman,
Very
absolutely Superman.
interesting indeed.
Indeedy.
Interesting indeed, Lois Lane.
Indeedy. Indeedy. And speaking of women of DC, the DCU's Supergirl actor is kind of pissed on the DCU recast. She said it was very heartbreaking when she found out. So she said, "I just had to remind myself that I got to do this incredible movie and that I put my heart and soul into it. And no matter where it was going to go, I did that. No one could take that away from me. And I had to own it. As my first film, there were so many unknowns, and you can feel impostery sometimes because you're trying to understand where you fit. But I again go back to having people in my life who support me and love me and know my value. And I have a lot of these people there to remind me that I was worth what I was worth, and that I was strong, and I could enjoy what I had earned in that moment." So again, this is Sasha Cale, the Supergirl the actress who her first movie they cast her as Supergirl in The Flash. And I feel bad. I feel terrible for her because she got to play Superwoman or Supergirl rather, and it was a dead universe. There's no way she could go on to the next version of the character because it would be a new universe. And
I
so
mean,
that was her first movie.
I don't know what she complaining for. Like you
It
played
sucks.
an Elseworld. You played an
No,
Elseworld
she
Kara L.
yeah,
I
she's
mean,
saying
this
it's cool.
no, I mean, where she's coming from.
I'm
I
saying
mean,
it sucks.
I can't be a bleeding heart for it, but
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
say this much: it was the movie was okay. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And you played in Elseworld, Kara L. That's just what it is. I mean, can they use her as Kara L in another? Yeah, and can they not use her? Yeah, because of the way the DC
Well, they already
multiverse is.
recast
Like,
her. They already recast her. You know,
right? Yeah,
James
they can
Gunn
recast.
recast.
Right
What's her
now,
name?
even if you
Millie Alcock.
now, if you look at Flash,
Millie Alcock is playing her now.
okay. Now, if you
Supergirl.
look at
Yeah.
Flash, if you look at Flash, in defense of the DC universe, what Flash did was he actually went back in time. Like he changed things. So she's not really part of the multiverse or elsewhere. She's basically what Marvel would call a time variant.
Yeah.
She's from a different timeline that
So
didn't
you're saying
exist before
they could
he
still bring
changed
her
it.
in like a multiversal capacity, oh,
No,
here's a version.
no, because Flash changed the timeline. So when he changed the timeline, that's what happened to her. You know what I mean? Like she
Mm,
came first and Superman never came. She came
mm-hmm.
before he did. And then
Mm-hmm.
they captured her, experimented on her, and did. Now, had Flash left the timeline alone, everything would have been the way it was supposed to be. But because he
Yeah.
changed it, she's actually a variant. That would be like in the Marvel universe. That's what they would call a variant. So
Yeah. Yeah.
she actually doesn't exist, but she
Nope.
does.
Yeah.
She exists
Yeah.
for Flash, but she doesn't exist for anybody else.
Nope.
And because Flash experienced, and then remember he kept running back and trying to reset the timeline, and he just kept
Yep.
messing it up more and more until he just
Yep.
had to give up on it. And that's why they can't use it because it would be a paradox. It wouldn't make sense. It would be a plot loophole
Right.
for everything and everybody. Like she doesn't
Yeah.
exist in that. She
Yeah.
just exists on that timeline. Now, if they wanted to do
Yeah.
another movie on that timeline, and maybe interject where somebody came in or they actually succeeded and she survived, that's different.
The
But
DCU
she's
is
not
dead.
part of the multiverse.
Yeah. The
Yeah, she's
DCU is
not part of the
dead.
multiverse and is dead. Yeah.
It's dead. It said Cal had the rug pulled out from under her when actors join a superhero franchise. This is a really typically a big break. Her performance was good. The fans largely enjoyed her. However, the DCU was already decaying when she joined. Cal played Supergirl to the best of her abilities, and she lost the character through no fault of her own. And that's true. I mean, she played a good Supergirl. I would love to see this
She did.
version of the character again. That'd be great. But again, Millie Alcock, they're doing the new Wonder Woman or Supergirl of Tomorrow version, so it's a very different version of the character, very specific version of the
Yeah.
character. And
And
James
she's
Gunn
gonna look
is
different.
very
Yeah.
James Gunn is
Yeah. It's
very
great.
is good about sticking to the comic versions of characters. So we're gonna see Supergirl how she looks in that comic. Superwoman of Tomorrow, Supergirl of Tomorrow. And obviously she doesn't look anything like her. But
Right. And
yeah.
and two, on that Earth that Flash came from, with
Mm-hmm.
with when Henry Cavill is Superman, like I
Right.
said, that's a different Earth and a different timeline. So if they want to use another Supergirl, because you still got to have Earth One, which is what everything spins off of. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. It keeps with continuity. People that like us, we don't get confused and be like, "Yo, why you do that?" That was, we don't. They don't. She played a good Supergirl on that Earth for that timeline. It was good. That's
Mm-hmm.
what we got.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of versions and DCU, this is the DCU's version of the Superman character for the new Superman movie, Metamorpho. And there he is. I mean, this is Metamorpho for the character. It says, meet Metamorpho, the weirdest member of the Justice League in James Gunn's new Superman movie. When you buy through links, blah, 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 there he is. But that's how he looks. Um, the Superman reboot movie has a whole team of Justice co-stars who will appear alongside David Cornsweet's Man of Steel, and I love that. I love that James Gunn is having a team of characters, a whole bunch of other comic characters in the Superman movie, because we've never seen that. Always Superman movies, it's just about Superman, but as we know in comics, in Superman comics, other characters fucking pop in from time to time, and so it would be really cool to see that in a movie. And James Gunn is definitely, like I said, all about giving us comics and live action. And it says some like Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and Isabella Merced's Hawk Girl are fairly recognizable. Sorry, Stu, what were you saying?
Oh, James Gunn did say that he gave us our wish. Um,
Yeah.
this will not be an origin story because we already know Superman's origin. Um, So everything is established. Everybody's established. We don't have these big introductions of all these heroes and everybody coming out there like, "Hey, I'm here." Ha ha ha. No, they're already there. They're already doing
Yeah.
their thing. Everything's already going on, which is great because the one thing they always do when they make a Superman movie is we got to sit through the origin story again, and
Right.
we don't want to do that.
We don't.
Metamorpho is Now. Metamorpho is a founding member of the Outsiders. He's one of the he's a founding member of
Mm,
the Outsiders. That's
mm,
has more to do with Batman than anything. But he
mm.
is a member of the Justice League and different incarnations of the Justice League. He's a dope character. Um, and in most sense, he's actually just a metahuman.
The guy who's
Um,
playing him is a good actor too. I don't know if they're gonna show him. I'll
yeah,
find him.
he's more like hmm, he's more like a I would say absorbing man, but his thing is more elemental transmutations.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's got like superhuman strength and all of that,
yeah.
and durability, and
He's the
he's
Element
elastic.
Man.
Like yeah, he has
They call him Element
elasticity.
Man.
Like to me, he's
He
like
got all the elements.
yeah. That's what
He
I just
could
said. I
be,
said he's an
yeah, he
elemental.
could be
He's
all the
more like
elements.
elemental transmutations, but
Hmm.
he's elastic like Plastic Man. And he's immortal like Plastic Man.
Right.
So I used to get him and Plastic Man mixed up when I was a kid. And I used to be like, damn, is that
Right,
Plastic
right,
Man?
right.
Because they both had the same powers almost, except for he can change into different elements. Like he's a dope
Right.
character, though, like but I've never I wish I could have got my hands on a comic where either he first appeared or something like that.
Well, it said he first appeared in 1965's The Brave and the Bold, number 57. Like you said, that's a Batman comic with writer Bob Haney. And it says helping originate the concept for the character who was originally envisioned as a partially satirical take on the ever more eccentric sci-fi stories of the Silver superhero comics. With the DC universe, Metamorpho starts out as a human adventurer archaeologist Rex Mason, who is hired by the villainous corporate overlord Simon Stagg to retrieve an ancient Egyptian artifact known as the Orb of Ra, which is said to possess tremendous power. When Mason finds the orb, he's suddenly ambushed, and Stagg's bodyguards, who expose him to the orb's power, leave him for dead as Stagg's grown to resent Mason because he is in love with Stagg's daughter Sapphire. Rather than dying, Mason becomes Metamorpho, the Element Man, not the Elephant Man, who possesses the incredible ability to turn himself into any element naturally found in the human body. So it has to be an element naturally found in the body,
Yeah.
but who is also cursed with a bizarre non-human appearance that at first takes great effort to control. And here's a really cool, really colorful, popping version of it says The Brave and the Bold. Oh, so not a Batman comic. It's its own Metamorpho the Element Man. The Brave and the Bold was actually a title that had different comics under it. They did do a Batman and Robin comic, so but that's where we're gonna get the Batman Brave and the Bold. But so it says Sapphire sticks with Mason, becoming an adventure partner as he works Simon Stagg and other villains with his amazing element powers. What time is it? It's 7:03, y'all. We're gonna unbox this shit in 2 minutes. As soon as I get done reading this, we're gonna unbox the G.I. Joe classified Dragonfly. Villains with the amazing element powers and stories are often tinged with comedy in a kind of absurdity that defines the classic Metamorpho vibe of cheery sci-fi. In the 1980s, after a couple decades as an occasional leading man and guest star, secondary DC titles, Metamorpho finally hitched up with a super team, but not the Justice League yet. Instead, Metamorpho's first super team was the Outsiders. Like you said, Stu, a sort of secret super team led by Batman to take on missions under his guidance. Later in that same decade, Metamorpho would finally become part of the Justice League as a part of the Justice League Europe and Justice League International, eventually going on to be part of the main Justice League team in the early 90s. Since then, Metamorpho has once again been a cult favorite DC B-lister who is finally getting a long-awaited shot at the A-list thanks to this new comic title. And we haven't seen much of Metamorpho and James Gunn's Superman film just yet. Even leaked photos only show the actor Anthony Kerrigan, that's who's going to play him right there, Anthony Kerrigan, on set in a motion capture suit, as the superhero will be unsurprisingly be primarily computer rendered thanks to the unique ever-shifting physiology. So you see how his body is. They're going to have the CGI where there's just like constant like elements like moving and just like just cool like fire over here maybe and like ice and shit crystallizing, fucking, helium, whatever the fuck. It's gonna be dope. Still, based on what we've seen in the films designed for Superman himself and the rest of the Justice League, it's very likely we'll be seeing a version of Metamorpho that is fairly faithful to the comics. That's James Gunn, y'all, with a body made up of 4 different sections to loosely represent the 4 alchemical elements of Earth: air, fire, water, according to the intent of the original designer, Ramona Fredone. The rest of the Justice League, including Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, and potentially Supergirl, and Engineer of Authority fame, is a mix of eras and incarnations of the comic book Justice League. All these characters are going to be in the movie Superman, by the way, though Metamorpho will likely feel right at home next to Guy Gardner, as they were both part of the comic Justice League in the 1980s and early 90s. In terms of casting, it's hard to envision a better choice of Metamorpho than Anthony Kerrigan, perhaps best known for his portrayal of the lovable would-be gangster NoHo Hank in HBO's Barry. If you haven't seen Barry, go fucking do yourself a favor and watch HBO's Barry. It's really well done. Bill Hader plays a hitman who is also a wannabe actor in Hollywood, and it's just very, very funny and very cool. And there is Anthony Kerrigan. Let me see if we can get a good picture of him blown up so you guys can see it there. There he is. So he's basically hairless. That's his deal. He fits the fucking role. He looks like Metamorpho. It's crazy. It's crazy. Love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to Anthony Kerrigan. Dope actor. Oh well. Anyway, you see him. But yeah, check it out, y'all. Let's bust this thing open. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to bust it down? Let's do it. Let's crack that pack. Let's crack that pack. Let's crack that pack. Here's how we're gonna do it. Transformers. Shit, I'm gonna bring you right up on them motherfucker. Bam. And y'all got the mic right here. Hold on, y'all. Bong, y'all can hear me and shit. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we got. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can hear you. Bong, bong.
Drum roll. All right, y'all. Fuck, I'm talking about. Let me get a fucking blade. I was prepared. Don't worry. Promise. All right. Oh, it's a long time coming, y'all. I just want to say, no, fuck that. I'm gonna open it up. No, it's been like 2 years, guys. They were supposed to have this thing for us a year ago, and it's finally here. I got a crazy. You want to hear a crazy story before I open it up?
Yeah, go ahead. Knock it out.
No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But
multitask. I'm gonna tell you about opening the box.
So check it out, right? So the way they're sending these things out, a lot of the customers did not get any sort of email notification saying that the thing was shipped, and they got no tracking information. One day just woke up and came outside, and it was on their doorstep. Very strange.
That's dope. I'm okay with that. I'm hype with that.
Nobody complained.
Nah, I'm not. Listen, I come out my door as a package. What? With my name on it? I'll be like, yo. Let's get it.
They put these plastic corner protectors. Corner. What do you call them? The box is huge, Slade. This thing is massive, guys. So no tracking, no shipping email, none of that. What they did with mine was I got an email saying that your order has left the building. And then like 4 days later, it still was saying the label has been created and we'll let you know when it's been, when we received it. I'm like, damn, y'all just created the label and y'all just ain't gonna ship it out. And so then like 4 days later, all of a sudden it jumps from California all the way to Virginia, skipped all the, all the stops in between, and all of a sudden it's just here, which was very strange. But so everyone else is getting their package, right? Everyone else is getting their dragonflies, and they're getting them showing up on their doorsteps and all this shit, right? How about today? I go outside and there's a door hanger on my door saying, "We missed you. This is a signature required. This is a signature required package, B, and we'll be back Tuesday to drop it back off."
What? Bro, I'd have been pissed. I'd be like,
oh,
y'all gotta turn the truck around.
You see, I got
turn
the
that truck around. I see.
I got the box.
Okay. You gotta turn that around.
So they were not having it, B. I finally get FedEx on the phone, which is very hard, by the way, to get a live person. They do not want to put a live agent on the phone. Finally get a live agent.
Well, you got to pay a live agent, Reno. You got to pay them.
That's
they
right.
Don't want to pay a live agent. That costs money.
So I finally get a live agent on the phone, and they're like, so bottom line, there's nothing we can do. The FedEx, it's going to a warehouse location where they're not gonna, there's nowhere, people can't come. You can't come and pick shit up there. They're not set up for that. You can't come and pick it up. I'm like, listen, you don't understand. I need this package today. I cannot wait till Tuesday. There's no possible way I can wait till Tuesday. It has to be today. Where's it at? I will come get it. Let me meet the driver. Come on, there's nothing I can do, sir. There's no way I can do that. I have no way to do that. There's just nothing we can do. It's scheduled to be delivered on Tuesday. We're sorry. And I'm like, first of all, it wasn't supposed to be a signed package. Why did they do that anyway? She's like, I don't know. Someone said it like that. So all this bullshit's going on with Hasbro with the shipping of these things. So for some reason, they set it up as a signature package. So, okay, fine. Put your supervisor on the phone. So, okay, sir, puts the supervisor on the phone. Bro, Stu, I said, listen to me. There's medication in this package. My child is going to die if I don't get it. How about that? I said their life will be taken today if I don't get this package. There is important. You're going to tell me you can't get me this box? And I'm like, oh, sir, it's a life and death situation. Hold on. They call the fucking warehouse. She comes back. She's like, okay, they're going to track down the driver. Blah, blah. They track down the driver. Like, they're going to bring it back and redeliver it at the house. I'm like, I'll be outside. Huh?
So you knew it was a dragonfly.
You
knew it was a dragonfly.
Because I looked up the tracking. The tracking said that we tried to drop it off and it's rescheduled for Tuesday. So I'm like, no, sir. No,
he
sir.
said, well, I told her, look, I got a sick child that needs his medicine, which is the dragonfly.
Huh?
My sick child needs his dragonfly medicine.
Hey, the box says action figures on it. So you tell me. Who knows, man? But check it out. This is the box. It's really fucking cool. The box art is amazing. It's got like a gloss and like a matte finish. Yes, a gloss and matte type finish. Let me rock my shit over here. Yeah, because we got to. The show must go on. I knew we were doing the show tonight, and I'm like, you telling me that this shit could be here, like it came to my house, and I'm not gonna have it for them? No, I can't accept that. And so when you put your mind to something and you say I can't accept that, and I will not take no for an answer, and you get shit done. That's how we get down. So yeah, beautiful box art. When you open it, and then of course, whoa, hey, watch out. When you open it, of course you got the image of the fly on one end, and the what is it? Oh, what is it? The blueprints and all of that good shit. Everything is labeled. It says it's 34 inches across. It's got like technical shit like air intake, canopy, pilot door, gunner door, spotlights, rear horizontal stabilizer, exhaust ports, twin turbo shaft engine. So yeah, all kinds of cool technological Larry Hama goodness. And when you bust open the side, oh, that's cool too. And then you got Mr. Wild Bill right there. The logo of Wild Bill. You guys hat and mustache and glasses. And I have seen the figure of Wild Bill. So there's some customizations that will be going down. The sunglasses will be chromed out because his original glasses were chromed out.
Well, chrome, yep.
It's huge. Yeah, they were chrome, bro, and these ones ain't. So there's a few boxes inside. Booyah. All right. Here we go.
Oh, okay. That's why it's so big. It's levels. It's
levels to that.
That's why it's so big.
Levels to that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be some chroming on the Dragonfly, I'm sure. Now, this is box one. It's got just the star, the Joe Star logo on the front, and nothing else. And inside you have. Oh wait, first let's look at the box. So this box, Yeehaw Champion G.I. Joe. This one has Wild Bill on the front, and then nothing else. And this one has the actual Dragonfly logo. I imagine this has the Dragonfly. I'm betting this is the figures, all 4 figures, and I'm betting this is missiles and shit like that, blast effects and whatnot. So
yeah, Hasbro started. They're also starting to pack.
I was wrong.
The characters with the blast effects, which I think is cool as hell.
Yeah, right. All right, there's our 4 guys. That's how they do them. They got the crepe paper, and check it out, Stu. We got Night Force Ripcord. Dope. Look at his rifles and shit. So I'm glad because y'all know I got my own custom Night Force, so these are welcome additions. I love anything Night Force. We got Night Force Crazy Legs. Yo,
why is everybody gotta be Night Force? What's going on right now with the night? With the Dragon?
I wish it was OG Crazy Legs. I really do, but I'm not mad. Like I said, I have a Night Force collection, so I'm not mad. We will get a retro Crazy Legs with the card back, and that will be in the regular red and gray. So don't worry.
That's the one I'm gonna get. That's the one I'm getting.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Exactly. And there will be a OG ripcord as well. So there'll be an OG there'll be a card back ripcord and a card back Crazy Legs coming soon. Oh, there's the box art on the back of Crazy Legs. And I like this figure so far. He's got quilted the quilt, the iconic Crazy Legs quilting. Is this face? Okay. His face isn't that bad. He's got a nice cap and hat. Now, this is a character I don't care for whatsoever. I wish they hadn't done it. I think it's a waste of a slot, of a tier. But I don't know. Her name is fucking Glenda. I don't know who that is. I don't care. She's got the same. It's Scarlet's body. It's Scarlet's body. She's got blonde hair. But Jane Glenda Mulligan apparently is from the comics or some recent iteration. So cool looking female character.
Jane.
Jane Glenda Mulligan.
It doesn't ring a bell for me either.
No, you wouldn't know these. If you're an 80s fan, guys, you will not know who this is. And that's my problem. I'm an 80s fan of the 80s line. That's why I collect classified for the 80s nostalgia. But to feed that need, to scratch that itch, that 80s nostalgia, I have been super duper waiting and excited to get Wild Beard. And they made him just like the OG. Just like the OG figure. He's got his cowboy 6 shooters. He's got his bull belt buckle. He's got his hat, his Union Civil War hat, and his shades. Man, they should give him an extra mustache. Look at that stash, y'all.
Yeah.
He's got a hair hat. Yeah, and a small hat. That big old goofy hat. I don't know why they gave. But yeah, he's gonna look dope with the shades once I chrome those out. And just OG Wild Bill. He's got cowboy boots and all that shit. He's hilarious.
So he's got two what? He's got two hats.
Yeah. He's got a head with a hat on it, and then he's got hair, so you can take this hat off. This is weird, bro. You can take this hat off, and then he's bald, and you can put this hair piece on. That way you can have no hat on, right? Then they gave a big ass hat that fits over the hair wig.
Variety. So I got variety, sir. That's
right.
that's yeah, variety. We got some weird people out there that's gonna do some weird stuff. Yeah, so it gives everybody a chance to do whatever weird things they want to do with Wild Bill. There you go. Because I'm with you. I can't see the reason for it.
It's like if you want to have the hair piece on and then you want to be able to pop the hat off and on without switching the whole wig, then I guess that gives you the ability to do that. But I've seen pictures of it with the big hat. It's very goofy, so he will definitely be keeping this configuration when I display him. When he flies the dragon.
I found Glenda's card for G.I. Joe. This was a character. I don't remember her, Glenda. It says file name Jane Mulligan, primary military specialty test pilot, second military specialty intelligence. Birthplace, Springfield, Illinois. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. It says that Glenda comes from a family of. Oh no, okay. Glenda comes from a family of pilots and Air Force men. When she was only 6 years old, she flew helicopters with her father, and she hasn't stopped flying since. Before joining G.I. Joe, she graduated at the top of her class from the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado and joined the ranks of the elite test pilots. She has received extensive training in intelligence and hand-to-hand combat, which means she will whoop some ass and take some names if she has to. And don't let it be yours. Let's see. She is okay, she's qualified expert with the M14, the M16, the M700 sniper rifle, and most NATO and Warsaw Pact small arms. Despite her Midwestern roots, Glenda is an adventurous risk taker and well suited to her station in Argentina.
Okay, Argentinian Joes.
Yeah, well, that is she. I mean, the original character looks Argentinian. She definitely looks it.
They have Argentina has its own Joe team. Argentina.
You know what?
Or their own Joe.
Hold that figure up. Hold that figure up again. You know, because she looks just like the one from back in the day.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Nah, Reno, yeah, she looked just like it. The only difference is you see the vest that she has on? The original one is silver. The original one is silver. And this one is it? It looks black to me.
No, it's gray. See?
Oh, it's all right.
It's hard to
silver in here.
Lighting, but yeah, it's silver for sure. It's silver.
Yeah, she looked the same. She looked exactly the same. Nice. I'm reading her Joe card from the packaging from back in the 80s. So this is, you know how we had the little cards we cut out on the back. Yeah, I'm reading. I just read that's what that was from, but she She looked dope, man. I don't remember her back
Nah, she's
then.
not from the
Actually,
80s line. She's from a later iteration, either from a comic or a cartoon. I forget how they
it
said, but
says here. Let me see it. Yeah, oh,
well,
she
this
go
guys,
right
this is
here.
the stand that I've just opened up. This is the base that the Dragonfly actually stands on, and it's inside the box with the Wild Bill logo. It also has wings for the Dragonfly with a red and green tail light. It has looks like land, maybe missile attachments and the propeller unit. And a couple fucking rocket launchers. And these do come off. Let's see. And they do come off, and they do have blast effects and all that shit. So those would be really cool when they're blasting off. And that'll look cool. Here's the stand itself. It actually just sort of sits on this at an upward angle, like it's taken off. All right, so let's get into the real beast of the meat of the thing here. Bam. Pack O decals, just like OG 80s G.I. Joe vehicles. Look at that. That is a massive blast effect. God damn.
Damn, bro.
Jesus Christ. Look at that.
Bro, that is huge.
Cellophane wrap. Tight. Tighter than that booty. All right, here we go. Look at this. You got rocket effects on the side. Yeah, this is peak. This is peak. Man, this shit just don't want to come off though. All right.
Bro.
That's where it keys in to the rock to the side.
Damn, I guess they make sure you know it's gonna be firing off some stuff here. This is damn.
I mean, this ain't the missile it goes to, but that's the idea.
That's a big idea, man. That's a lot of fuel coming out of that rocket. Such a little rocket.
Yes, sir. But there's big missiles in here. That would be these bad boys. Sidewinder type joints. Big old rockets like that. Just like that. So the key, this is where the missile would key into the side of the Dragonfly, and then you would take it off, attach the blast effect, and then key this into that same slot. So it looks like it's firing off from that spot. You feel me? All right, there we go. Let's get the propellers out here. This thing is huge, guys. All right. Look at that. Look at that wingspan, bro. Look at that propeller span.
Yeah, that joint is huge. But I'm in awe right now. Cause I never you can't get a gauge when they were showing you pictures of it, of how big
Right.
it really was. But now, I'm like, man, this joint is huge.
That's why they can't. That's why they made, G.I. Joe 3.75, because imagine a USS Flag for this scale. It would be Astronomical.
You need another whole. You need to build a. You need to
Yeah,
build a
we need
man.
its
You
own
need to build
room.
a. You
Yeah.
need to build a heat shed or something like that.
Here's two more different kind of blast effects. Two more different kinds. These are really cool looking. I've never seen ones like these.
Yeah, those are good. Those are dope.
And then
Super dope.
you got this version as well. Ooh. Look like Soundwave's shoulder joint. Got two of these. Hella little tiny giant bullets. Little tiny giant bullets. And a crazy gat. Shake it.
Damn, look at that.
That depends. That depends on how big it ends up being. But I had planned to hang it from the ceiling right there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Y'all. God damn. Stu.
That joint. Ooh, that joint is huge, bro. That joint is huge, but it's dope.
It don't. I'm looking at it on camera, and it does not really translate to how big it really seems in person. I can see how it looks on camera. It looks big, but this shit looks way bigger in person, dog. I don't. It is massive. Look at it to the size of my arm.
Damn. Man, look at that. You gotta put it together. That's the tail section. Man,
Yeah, bro.
That joint is up there.
Wing, tail, wings on. It assembles pretty easily, as it should. And then these are cool because these are actually movable. Oh, careful now. All right. Make sure it keys in, you guys. Make sure it latches in. I'll end up that bitch slamming on the ground. All right, so these move like that. These are really cool. You can adjust them however you want. That's dope.
That is dope. I like that.
Scything.
That joint is massive.
What? Yeah. Yeah, that bitch gonna be hanging right fucking there. Right when you come in, the room, this gonna be right coming at you like that.
Man, It'd have been doper. It'd have been super dope if they'd have made it look like Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder.
Yeah, that'd have been awesome if it looked like Blue Thunder.
What's Blue Thunder?
You don't know what Blue
What do you
Thunder?
mean
The
blue?
helicopter. Blue
No, what's
Thunder.
that?
The helicopter.
From
You
what?
never seen the movie from the movie and the TV show? You never seen Blue Thunder?
No, I know. Airwolf.
Airwolf. You probably know Airwolf.
Yeah, I know
Blue Thunder was
Airwolf.
doper. And now Airwolf was just a regular helicopter that they tried to make you think was special, but it wasn't. You know what I mean?
What?
It was cheaply
Airwolf was like the.
made. It was cheaply
Oh,
made and
oh,
clearly a bad knockoff of Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder
wow.
was that helicopter. Yes, Blue Thunder was that helicopter.
What's the name of what's the show? The show is called Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder, yeah.
Huh,
The helicopter was the star of the show with people in it.
huh.
Yeah, the movie. You never seen the movie Blue Thunder?
I don't think so, dog. It sounds
What?
familiar. It sounds familiar, but I don't know. I don't know.
Man, listen. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I wish they bring it out on Blu-ray so I can get it on Blu-ray.
Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder
Who's in it?
was that
Who's in it? Who's in it?
in the movie or the TV show?
I don't know. Whichever one. The movie. Who's in
All
the
right,
movie?
so all right, so the TV show the movie had Roy Schneider, he was in it. Malcolm McDowell, he was in it. Warren Oates was in it. Daniel Stern, he was in there. James Gavin was in there. Was also in there.
Hmm.
And John Badham was the in there. I mean, it was an all-star cast, but it was a good movie. Came out about 83. And then the TV series had my man from Police Academy, the football player.
Yeah, I just want to tell y'all. So when you're putting this together, if you feel that the black should be on the bottom of the wing, you're wrong. So the green is on the bottom. It just looks like that. So you think it
Okay.
would be the other way, but yeah.
Yeah, the
Only they
now the-
make it that it only keys in one way. You can't put them on the wrong one, so don't worry.
that's good that they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Blue Thunder TV show had Dana Carvey was in that. My man
Oh,
Bubba Smith. And Dick Butkus was in that too.
Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus. Jeffrey Lewis was in that. Was in the TV show.
Best name in the world.
Gregory Sierra was in the TV show.
Dick Butkus.
And James Farentino. And James Farentino played Frank, which is the main character that flies Blue Thunder. But TV show only had one season. It was good. It was all right.
Yes, the Rattler is going to be a bit longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just does not look as big on camera for some reason. God, this thing looks massive in person, dog. Jesus. Wish I could convey it. Very, very large. Very large.
It is large. Boy, it is large.
Yeah, the Dragonfly. I meant the what you call it, the Rattler is gonna be huge. This is a little brace that it comes with that's actually tied on by twine. It's just there to keep the things from breaking and shipping, really. You can leave it on or take it off. It looks silly with the twine, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. Yeah, it's really on there. You really tied it on. Oh wow, it's like tied in like 6 places. Jesus Christ. Yo, fuck me. You know what? We're not doing that again.
What?
Sitting there trying to untie that shit.
Just cut it off, baby. Do what you got to do.
Slice. Now it's got a battery slot because there's some lighting involved. There's some electronics. Here's a gun. There's a cool gun right under there. That's pretty dope. That swivels around. Gunnery. This piece right here is dope. So now you guys will notice that I've not opened the instruction manual or anything like that. I just went to putting shit together because that's how we did it in the 80s. That's how we get down. This is nice. Little bullet rack or whatever. Focus. Focus on this. Do you see? This is what we're looking at. There you go.
But that thing is massive, man. Now the figures, how well do they fit in there?
Yeah.
And the one chick is the co-pilot. And remember, the pilot goes in the back. Co-pilot goes in the front. Unless you flying Blue Thunder. And the pilot goes in the front. Co-pilot goes in the back.
I always see Wild Bill in the front of this piece.
I know. But in real life, pilot goes in the back.
Right. Well, y'all, we going with the 80s cartoon version.
So you gonna put the long hair on him?
So yeah, so he's got this hat head which you can remove, and then he's just bald headed. So the hat with hair in it is the best looking one by far. And then they've got this, which is fine. This makes perfect sense to go ahead and give him a hair piece so that you can take the hat off. Cool, that makes a lot of sense. What blows me is that they then give you another hat, which can be placed over the hairpiece one. Who knows why they've done this, because the hat is massive. It looks absurd. And so, yeah, just really weird decisions there from the design team. Way to go, guys. But other than that, it's a really great design. I love it.
Some people might want to take his hat off and make him look like he's saying howdy. You know,
Right.
still got hair on his head. I don't
Right.
know. People do weird stuff.
Right. Yo, hang on, y'all. I'll be right back.
Yeah, people do. Anyway, well, as we can see, the dragonfly
Yeah, I gotta
there,
take this.
mostly put together. I mean, you got Wild Bill. You got the dragonflies, got the propellers on. We still got to put the missiles on and the blast effects. See what it looks like standing on top of the stand. It so far, man. Listen, I think it was worth the wait and the price.
Hey, yo, can you hear me? Oh
I just
shit!
you get 4 figures with it. I mean, that's all.
Can you hear me?
That's also a good sign. You get a pilot and
Yeah.
co-pilot plus 2 extra figures. I mean, come on, it's dope. It's dope for all you Joe fans out there. this is a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know if you can still get them. I think that's it. Whatever they put out for their little pre-order and all that, which makes sense, which means everybody can get one. You know, if you put it out the way they did, I mean, everybody that seriously wants one can get one. You know, some people might not, they don't want to spend the bread. They might be like, listen, man, that's a little too hefty for me. I'm a fan, but I'm a broke fan. And then you got some people that's just like, I'm a fan, but I'm gonna find a way to make it work. And that works. That does it, that does it for some people. But it is huge, it is massive.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah. I'm I'm
Dog, his
ecstatic to
pistols
see
are
how
amazing.
Oh, you got the old cowboy gun. That's a Colt 45
These are getting chromed out, of
action.
course. Yeah.
That's a Colt 45 Army issue.
Little six
Or
shooter.
let me see. Hold it a little closer. That might be the action. That might be the Colt 45 action Army pistol. Yep, that's exactly what that is.
And so,
That is a
and
Colt.
so,
That is a
yeah,
Colt 45. It's a 45 caliber handgun. Some people call them old cowboy guns, but
they're gonna look great in chrome.
and most of the time they are chromed out. I don't know why they didn't come in chrome.
Well, they don't have that kind of paint. I don't know. That paint must be really expensive. The only time Classified has ever used that paint is on Cobra Commander's mask on the retro Cobra Commander. They didn't even use it on Destro or anybody else, which they should have used it on Destro's head. But I don't know. I guess they don't use that chrome a lot, but it's all good because I'll be chroming it my damn self. And then if you guys want to see, they have he's got the belt on like this with the belt buckle in the front. And so let me get something. So he's got the belt buckle on the front as it should be. But on the back, you see that picture of the steer?
Yeah.
Well, on the
attention to detail.
On the 80s version of Wild Bill, that steer is right in the front. And you can look on the picture. You can go ahead and look up a picture of him. So if you turn the belt around like this, it's now the 80s retro version with the bull in the front and the guns turned backwards for cross draw.
Yes. Cross draw. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah. And those are, and I like that they gave him the Colt single action Army pistol, because it make him seem like a real cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna look great when they're chromed out. And let's go ahead and toss them in here. There's a little seat
I've
belt.
never seen them. I like to see them chromed out or in all black. Mostly.
Yeah.
If they chromed out, that means with the pearl handles, that's somebody that cares about their gun. But
Oh
that was
wow.
a
Is this really?
how well does he fit in there?
Well, there's a seat belt on here. Okay, there's an actual seat belt that actually like comes loose. You can unbuckle it, and then you gotta stick them in there through the seat belt. It's a little bit tricky, but well worth it. When you get him in there, he's gonna look awesome. And tuck him in, get his feet in there, snuggle him in like real good, snug as a bug in a dragonfly. All right, there we go. All right, get your hat back on you. Let's buckle that belt up. All right. And that belt, that buckle. There we go. All right. There's a little joystick in here, a little, for steering and shit. Let's see, can he actually grip it though? He can, but it'll be slightly to the right, which is fine. Okay, there, you can kind of move it. There we go. That'll work. I'll rock with that. We can rock with that.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
That light is way too bright.
Yeah, that's dope, man. See, I like the attention to detail with the seatbelts. That's hard. You have to. Are you gonna chrome those out? You gonna chrome the seatbelts out?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope, man. What is you putting this co-pilot in?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna use. You know what? I think I'm gonna leave Crazy Legs and Ripcord out, and I'll go ahead and use Glenda as the co-pilot. That way, I can have Crazy Legs and Ripcord out with the Night Force. And Glenda comes with a lot of cool gear, by the way. She got a whole apparatus.
Oh wow. She do got a lot of gear.
Get Wild Bill's shades on him. Hold on.
Yeah, put the shades on.
They
He got
put
his
Gorilla
Colt
Grip on
45. They gave him 2 Colt 45 single
him.
action Army issues, which, by the way, are the best handguns ever made.
Yeah.
Nobody in the world can't argue that. Can't argue that. You can, but you will lose every time. Yo,
Bad man right there.
yeah, he look cool as hell in there. I did,
Yeah.
you got to chrome out those shades. Yeah, you got to, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still look cool like that. He still look cool as
Oh
hell
yeah.
sitting there.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Definitely chroming him out, but he is peak as is. If you don't have any liquid chrome, don't worry. He does have a little knife. Where's that go in his boot? Shit. He's already tucked in. I'll do that later. Man, it's like Christmas morning and shit. Like packages everywhere. All right, and this thing is not even together yet, guys. I mean, obviously, there's still a lot to do. All these missiles and gear and guns and bullets and here's some more tails and shit. Some sort of crane thing. This hangs underneath. You can crane. You can pick shit up.
Right. Well, you can put crazy legs in them on that piece. Mm-hmm.
How about that bitch really works? That's peak.
Yeah, that is.
That's detail, like you said.
They paid a lot of attention to detail on this, and I like it. I think it's well worth the money.
Yeah.
I think it's well worth the wait. Now, if they'd have sent it to you if it came to your house on Christmas Eve, like everybody might have actually just flipped out. Mm.
And then you can take open the sides. There's a little bit of.
Oh wow! You can shut. Yeah, you can have him working on it. Look like he's, working on it, putting the ammo in there
Yeah.
for that. You know what I mean? For that, what's that? 120 millimeter cannon on the front. So
Gatling. So then you got the missiles, which I'm guessing go right here, like so. And then that goes like so.
Can you give you any diagrams, anything?
Yeah. There's instructions, like I said, but I'm doing it 80s style.
Okay.
And once the show's over, I'm gonna break out those instructions and get into it. Believe me, because there's a lot. I don't want to fuck it up, and that's why I'm kind of hesitant to stick these on somewhere. But there's the missiles; they definitely go right there. This gun goes somewhere, and all that stuff. So this probably like sits out maybe to the side, like this is peak, and then it's got heat damage. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Fucking heat damage. And then I guess you would stick. Stu.
Damn, bro. That's dope. That's dope.
Good shit.
Yeah, you
Good
got it
shit.
right. Those missiles go on the side. Those cannon. I mean the sidewinders at the four at the bottom. They go at the bottom on the wings.
Yeah, a
Not
bunch
that
of
one.
shit.
The other one. The square ones. The square ones. No, no, not that one. Reno. The square ones. That on the those go into the wing. And I think one goes on one side, one goes on the other side. So I'm looking at a picture of it where somebody set it up. So
Are they at the outside of the wing or inside?
the outside. Yeah. There would be on the left side, and then you would have this one of those a cannon goes under that left side of that wing. You got the four missiles, the big white missile hanging on the edge like you got it. And you got four missiles hanging off the edge at the bottom,
Look
and
at the
there's a
winch right
cannon
here.
next to them. Yep, yep, that's exactly how they got it. Yep.
Oh man, where do these bad boys go? You see where these are at?
Yeah, those are. I don't see those. They might be on
Oh,
the
okay.
side.
You can take off the machine gun and the winch and put these instead,
Put
or it's
those
either
on.
or
Yeah.
the missiles. Hang on, it might be the missiles. Yeah, it's the missiles. So you could switch the missiles out for those. Look,
Yep.
you fully equipped. You got one on. That's why I'll come with one of each just to be ready for all events. That's amaze balls. All right, it looks cooler with the missiles. Fuck that.
They do look cooler with the missiles. I can't lie and say they don't.
It's getting heavier now.
Now, would a weight support? I mean, would a stand support all that weight?
Well, this thing does.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that stand
Yeah,
would support it.
yeah. Oh wow. Something else opens up over here too. You got more engine parts exposed.
Wow, bro.
And that's on
That is
both sides.
great attention. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great attention.
This button up here, there's a red light right here, and then this button right here does something. I got to put the batteries in. I'm not sure. I think it's like it lights up or some shit.
On your
Do you see where these
on your.
are?
Let me see. Hang on.
These yellow flips.
That those are.
Back here.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, here they are. Are they back here?
I don't see anybody putting them on.
They are. Yeah, there they go.
Yeah, they're in the back. They're in the middle in the back. Right there. Right where you got them. Yep. Man, that thing is massive, bro.
This fucker is ready for action too. This gun thing is really cool. This bullet belt thing. Where does it go? It goes on this gun somewhere. I believe maybe it goes like right here. Yeah. I think it goes like that. And it's got the bullet feeder. But I would like to see it a little bit more visible. Yeah, that's not, I guess it's not visible. It's where it goes. Kind of hides right up here under that.
Yo, that is dope. Bro, I'm highly impressed, man.
A lot of detail, a lot of detail. And yeah, these are these big old rocket joints. So this is really cool right here. This is one of my favorite features when I saw it. Yo, shit.
Yo, that joint is hard.
Dude, that bitch is firing off, son.
Now that I like. That I like. Because it looks, you know what I mean? It looks authentic. Like it's really firing off.
Yeah, man. Way glad I got this over to his tank.
Else he had to make a choice.
No, I just wasn't. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it wasn't really a choice. No, so, but there was at one point like when I wasn't really going as hard when his tank was out. I really,
Okay.
really wasn't going hard when the Sentinel and Galactus came out, which I really regret. I wish I was into this shit when Galactus and Sentinel Haslab came out because I absolutely would have those on deck. What do you got? Oh, Crimson Guard,
Yeah, I got him standing there,
ready.
ready for battle.
Yo,
Say,
Glenda looks
bring it on,
actually,
Dragonfly.
yeah, and she looks really dope with her headgear. She's got this cool, reminds me of like Voltron helmet.
That's a pilot helmet right there.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
can,
those helmets have a HUD display inside of them, so there's no dashboard, so your HUD's in there.
and she can go this
But
alternate
in
joint.
but in Blue Thunder, because they're actually biting off of Blue Thunder. And Blue Thunder, when he put down his helmet, he could act wherever he moved his head, that's where the front mounted cannon moved. So if he
Yeah,
looked left, he looked right. That was dope. I thought that was dope with Blue Thunder.
yeah.
They need to have a Dragonfly Blue Thunder edition.
That'd be
Haslab,
great.
I know you can hear me. Blue Thunder,
Mhm.
Dragonfly Blue Thunder edition. I'm on board day one.
Hell yeah, I'm backing it.
I'm backing it. Day one.
No, this is a really, really cool, actually, really cool figure. I really expected to hate this figure.
See? You and everybody else. Now
Yeah.
all of y'all gonna take it back. You're gonna be like, dang, man, I'm glad we got Glenda. Mm.
I'm still not. I still wish we got someone better than her, but it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I'm trying to think who could it be? Like,
And they could
who
have
could
gave
we
us
put in there?
anybody. You could have put anybody in there, really. I mean, shit. There's a lot of characters, bro, that you could have done. A ton.
Yeah.
Man, if you guys didn't back it, see, this is a lesson, and this is the lesson I learned when the Galactus and Sentinel came out. Back these shits, guys, because if you don't, you're never gonna get one. Because this Dragonfly is gonna be probably $1,000 on eBay when it should only cost 300.
Yeah. Somebody bought more than one. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Somebody said, you know what, I'm gonna open one and put it in my collection. We know on here looking like, and you know it. Thank you very much.
That's how we get down. Shout out to my homie Spadeonomics. Yo, so she's got this whole harness. Okay. So I believe this. Yes, this is a parachute harness that she has that they don't have a parachute for, but we know that I was smart and I preemptively bought the Halo jumper GI Joe so I could get the parachute because I knew I was getting the Dragonfly and I knew it didn't come with a parachute. And I knew characters like Crazy Legs would be really dope with a parachute.
Yeah,
So,
super dope. With a parachute.
oh yeah. This thing she has on, I'm trying to figure out where the tube goes. She's got this backpack here with a big tube coming off of it, and I would think it would go on some sort of face mask, but she doesn't have one.
You go in the back of the helmet? I don't know.
No, there's nothing on the helmet. Nowhere to put it on the helmet. Does come with a, I believe this is a 45 ACP. Maybe it's a Beretta 9. Oh, it's some weird Taurus or some shit. Cool little sidearm. Goes in her holster. She's got a weird, I don't know, laser rifle that they'll probably give to Zap or somebody.
Well, in the original character has Scarlet's body.
Right.
Zap's laser rifle. That's where that goes. That goes on the laser rifle. Because I remember in the original character, it had a wire on it. The laser rifle on the back. You put it on like near the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came with a laser. She came with a laser rifle.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah. Boom. She got Zap's laser rifle.
She has Scarlet's body, Zap's laser rifle, and I forget whose helmet she has. You know how we always say that when we look at the newer characters, you're like, oh, this is such and such's arm, such and such's torso.
That's
Well, that's
Ryu.
what
I
they
love
did
it.
back then
Ryu.
too. So yeah.
There she is.
Yeah. Damn, bro. That is dope, bro. And she got a laser rifle. They get shot down. She laser and stuff.
Zap. Whap.
She giving out work.
She's giving out work.
Laser rifle style, baby.
The rifle work. I'm gonna go ahead and put All right, so I'm gonna put her in here with her helmet on. I'm gonna open up his seatbelt. I probably won't chrome out the seatbelts because you have to. No, because you got to manipulate them and fuck with them too much, and the chrome will end up rubbing off.
Oh, okay. Man, that is dope. Oh.
All right, y'all. Get up in there, girl. Get up in now, girl. Get that. Hold on to that stick. Grab that stick, girl. You know you like it. Grab that stick. baby. She don't want to grab the stick.
She don't want to grab the stick.
Nah. All right. Now she gripping it tight. All right, good.
Okay. And did they got 2 sticks in there or just one?
No, they just have one joystick each. There she is.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Man.
See a profile of Wild Bill and company. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, got his name on one side, Lieutenant Wild Bill Handy. With his call sign in the middle, Wild Bill. Wild Bill's his call sign, also his code name.
Yep. You remember his real name?
Nah. I know he's a lieutenant, I think. I can't remember his real name. I'm good with Wild Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, Wild Bill. William Hardy.
Makes sense. Bill and William. Makes sense.
You would think.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So these have 2 also side hatches that come up. So the the cockpit can come up open, or you can open the side hatch like that. And then she's got one on this side too.
Just in case they run out of ordnance, they can fire that laser, or he can pull out that Colt 45 single action.
Imagine you seeing a package coming at you and a dude just holding out. He just got a 6-shooter out the side, just pack.
Not just any 6-shooter, but the best 6-shooter ever made. The best handgun ever made.
Okay.
Colt 45 single action Army issue.
That's right. I'm putting her laser rifle inside the cockpit with her so she can hop out and get the busting. Go easy. There we go. Suited and booted, kitted and fitted. Ready to get it.
Yeah, that's dope. That is so dope.
They got the new type boxing. I really love the packaging. That I've always really liked. This new shit. There we go, because it's nice and firm. It's got a nice thick cardboard, and it's just cubicle. It's just perfect, very symmetry, just real well made. I feel it's sturdy. It's well made. Unlike, for instance, McFarlane's flimsy ass giant shitty boxes. This is nice. Crazy Legs. Night Force Crazy. Dope.
Crazy Legs are dope. Crazy Legs was one of my favorites growing up, man.
Or
yeah. Crazy Legs is one of my favorites, man, growing up. I like the Crazy Legs.
Yeah. They're gonna do a retro cardback version that's gonna look just like the OG one, with the red and gray quilted too. But man, he is really cool. Like, he's got a really cool body sculpt.
That's the one I want. Reno. I want that retro card back.
Yeah.
I'm all about those.
Yeah.
I'm all
me
about
too.
the retro card back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm impressed by them. Very impressed.
Yeah, those are my favorite for sure. And Crazy Legs, he's got a ball cap, or it's not a ball cap. Obviously, it's more like a ground crew type cap or something like that. That was pretty cool. Fits on him nicely. And then he's got his signature iconic helmet. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dog. You gotta be kidding me. Hello? Yeah, what's up, man? Nah, I'm live on my YouTube show right now, actually. Where you guys at? All right. All right, hang on. I'm gonna send my son out to give it to you, okay? Wow, everybody just acting like they don't know that I do a show on Saturday. Like people don't know that. Yo, Blaze! Like people don't know how we get down over here.
Mm-hmm.
People know. They know. They knew. So Crazy Legs is cool. He's got a really cool helmet, and I just fucked up and put it on him without the. Well, maybe his goggles can go over it. Hang on. I don't know if these goes over the helmet or what. Blaze! God damn, what am I, fucking Butterfingers McGee over here? Well, there he is with his hat and glasses. Hang on, y'all.
That's dope.
Blaze! All right, y'all. Give me 3 minutes. Motherfuckers are deaf today. Motherfucker heard me in Timbuktu just now. Motherfucker heard me in Texas just now. What? What? 35. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Out front or out on the side, I'm not sure. I think they're probably out front. It's the lawn guy that cuts the grass. Probably out front.
There you have it. Dragonfly.
Well, yeah,
Crazy
he's
Legs is
got.
dope, bro.
Yeah, he does. He does. And then you can put the goggles on outside of the helmet, and then there's another pair of goggles that fit his smaller head. You know, when you take the helmet off, so he can still have his goggles on. So they give you two sets. So you can wear a pair with his cap, a pair with no hat, or a pair with the helmet. Then you got. He comes with a cool ass, really cool, folding stock submachine gun with removable clip, and a hole for either blast effects or a silencer.
Stop.
Check that. Fucking cool as shit. That is fucking dope.
Man,
And it really, really cool actually. Crazy Legs parachute type backpack. Let's see here. Get that snug in there. Definitely fitting the Night Force motif. They're gonna look great with the squad. I don't fuck with Tiger Force or Python Patrol or Slaughter's Marauders or any of the other line. Yeah, only one I fuck with is Night Force. And I've actually kit bashed and customized and made my own Night Force characters out of other figures. That's how I got down in the 80s. I fucking kit bashed and made up my own characters. That's really how I did more than anything. Was I had me a little screwdriver, and I would take apart my O-rings and switch bodies and arms and heads and make these different configurations. But I was really good at like color coordinating shit so that it looked like it was actually made by Hasbro. It actually looked dope. Like I have friends and shit, they be putting all types of weird shit together and shit just look retarded. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, dude. Yeah. But like shit I made, that shit look like real figures, like real characters. And to
me, that's the whole purpose of kit bashing. To make it look like a real figure. You know what I mean? Some people just get weird with it, man.
Yeah. Like that's a Beachhead. Since they came out with the retro card back Beachhead, I repurposed him as Night Force Beachhead. Some paint apps, some chroming. And now he's Night Force Beachhead, gray and black. Flint. They're coming out with a retro card back Flint. So I got a Tiger Force Flint and put the Tiger Force Flint head on this original Flint body. I painted his vest all black so that he's all black and green. I did his boots all gray and black. They used to be brown. His belt and everything used to be brown. I put this thing on. This was bright green. I painted it black. So now he's all fucking dope and chromed out and blacked out. And he's Night Force Flint. You got Tunnel Rat, who I took. Put that together. Took Tunnel Rat. I took Night Force Tunnel Rat and gave him regular Tunnel Rat's painted face because Night Force Tunnel Rat for some reason didn't have the face paint on it, and I like the face paint. Put the face paint on him. Gave him some Snake Eyes, belt gear and belt gear and stuff like that, and leg harnesses, and then some knives and other shit. Painted that shit all gray, black, and chrome. Gave him, whose beret is that? Maybe Beachhead's beret. Painted it black. Put that bandana. Gave him Mutt's goggles on. Painted them chrome. Sniper rifle from somebody else, and then a cool silencer pistol. And now he's Night Force Tunnel Rat for real, for real. Those are just a few of the kit bash Night Forces, but like I said, I got a whole Night Force squad down there. My shit is deep. They deep. They got a whole shelf. Here goes Night Force Ripcord. Night Force Ripcord has some really, really cool weaponry. Oh man, this is a cool figure. He has a dope ass helmet with the face mask. So this is the guy I would have in the cockpit. Wow, what if I even took Wild Bill out just because he's so iconic and stood him with the rest of the Joes and then put this bad motherfucker in the cockpit? Because I'm telling you guys, this is gonna look sick. Wait till you see this. This shit looks like off Top Gun or some shit. The goddamn
sounds like an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that.
Bro. Look like one of those MiG pilots on fucking Top Gun.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I would put both of them in there. Yeah.
He looked dope in there with Glinda with her helmet. Now he's got a parachute backpack that opens up. And again, they did not include a parachute, which pisses me the fuck off. Because this is the same backpack that comes with the parachute, Joe, that came with this figure. The same parachute figure that came with this parachute has this exact backpack with him. But this backpack comes with ripcord and doesn't have a parachute in it. Come on, Hasbro, you slipping hard.
Lame, Hasbro, that's lame.
But yeah, but I anticipated that, Stu. I anticipated that, and that's why I bought this fucking parachute so I can then hook it up with ripcord. This is gonna look great with ripcord. The green is really perfect. It's the same color. That's gonna look phenomenal. Have that shit hanging. His weaponry, like I said, he's got a really, really dope. This is the Viper's rifle. It's got an extra silencer put onto it, but it's all painted black and green. Very cool looking rifle right there. And then
it's hard.
Yep. And then this, whose submachine gun is this? This might be one of the Cobra Trooper submachine gun, if I'm not mistaken. But it does have the capability to put a silencer on it, which always looks really cool on these. And then it's got the front hand grip, like an MP5, that I really think is cool. But these always look great with silencer. Watch this.
If you're on a Night Force team, you need a silencer. Yeah, that's hard.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah, you need a silencer if you're on the Night Force team.
Absolutely. And I got a whole bunch of gear and guns and shit for the Night Force. Man, this is just peak. All right. Put a sidearm. What is this? Oh, that's where this keys into. So his face mask sort of plugs into that side pack on his side there. Man, what's up, BDB? BDBGP, salute. We chilling, we living. I know, right? Fuck his raw talk. Damn, Stu, you gotta roll.
Yeah. It's that time, bro. It's that time. I go early on the weekend.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to start early.
It's a good thing we started early. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It's a good thing we started early, bro.
Oh yeah. I mean, luckily we pretty much got through it all as far as the unboxing goes. We saw everybody. We definitely put it together. There's a lot more to do to get this thing, tip top. Got to put the batteries in it, get it lighting up and all that good stuff. Get all the decals put on. So, of course, you guys will see it all fully kitted out Wednesday when we come back for our show Wednesday at 7, which we have a really great show lined up for that as well. Before we do go though, Stu, shout out to Tony Todd of the Candyman franchise. Yeah, he passed away.
Wait a minute, ho.
Yeah.
We gotta give him a proper. It's gotta be proper.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Tony Todd, Commander Kern, aka of the Star Trek franchise, who also played Candyman, did the voice of Venom.
Yep, Venom.
And other various little, little things that y'all. But me personally being a Star Trek fan, I got to throw Star Trek in there. First, that was Worf's brother, Commander Kern. And
that before Candyman? I thought Candyman
come out?
92.
Nah, they might be neck and neck. Because Star Trek: The Next Generation came out, I think 88 or 89. Was on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Next Generation, yeah, I thought it was 90. But you might be right. But I definitely Next Generation is the only Star Trek show I ever watched.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched the original Captain Kirk one as a little kid with my dad, who would watch it, and I'm sorry, I couldn't. I hated it. It was boring as shit to me as a little kid. Star Wars was dope to me. As a little kid, man, I just could not get with Star Trek, bro. But as I got a little older, because Star Trek, it's not for kids. Let's be honest, it's not for kids. There's no action. It's not Star Wars. It's not a space opera. It's a sci-fi, show. So as I got older, and then when Next Generation came out, Picard, fucking Jordy Data, that was my shit. Fucking Riker, fucking Will Wheaton.
Well, he was also in Night of the Living Dead, Platoon, Candyman, The Crow. I forgot he was in The Crow. I forgot that. He was in The Crow.
Yeah.
Played in The Rock, Wishmaster, Final Destination series. Remember that? Minotaur.
Yep. Yes, he was in that. Yes, he was in that. Yep.
Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. He was the voice of the Fallen.
Of the Fallen. That's right.
Yeah. And he did play in Star Trek: The Next Generation, which came out in 1987.
Yeah, Worf's lost brother Kern. Yeah. Todd's career in horror, which included the title role in 1992's Candyman, earned him a Lifetime Achievement Award at the New York City Horror Film Festival. He is a horror legend, guys. If you're a horror fan, Tony Todd is a legend. He's up there with Kane Hodder and Robert Englund. More recently, Todd had had a starring role in Insomniac's Spider-Man 2, the video game, and we spoke to him about embodying the essence of Venom ahead of last year's release. Todd also hinted that Insomniac had only used 10% of his character's dialogue, setting off speculation of a DLC that ultimately never came and materialized. But Insomniac wrote in a statement released shortly after Todd's death, he said, it says, Insomniac Games is heartbroken by the passing of our friend Tony Todd. He brought so much joy to our studio during the production of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and many fans around the world with his inimitable voice and presence. We are Venom forever. Yeah, and other fans also paid tribute to Todd, calling him a horror legend as well as terrific character actor. Bloody Disgusting editor-in-chief John Squires wrote, "The loss of Tony Todd is a monumental loss for the horror world. One of all the all-time greats. We say it a lot. Horror icon, horror legend. He embodied all of that, made every movie he was in better, a staple of the convention scene, and a true member of this horror family. Deeply sad." One of his final roles will be in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, where he plays Locus, a thief included in one of the sections that we saw on a hands-on preview last month. It'll be out December 9th. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a game, I believe. That's coming out.
He also played different characters in all the Star Trek series. He was in Star Trek Voyager, he was a Hirogen. And Star Trek Deep Space Nine, he was adult Jake Sisko. Star Trek The Next Generation, he played Worf's brother Kurn, Kurn, which
69 years old.
Yeah, that's young.
Yeah, very young.
Very young. 69 is young. I don't care what nobody tell y'all.
No, that is young.
It's young. Yeah, that's young.
Fuck that. Ow! That hurt. All right, so we got one more thing to unbox. Stu Dog has to bounce, but we got more to talk about, guys. We definitely have more show tonight. So stay tuned, hang out. I'll be right back. Let me just go ahead and stick these guys back here. All right. So, yes, we definitely have more show. Guys. Don't worry. Where is my? There we go. Zoom in the flash. What's that? Zoom in the flash?
Oh, Zoom is in the flash.
Oh, I guess. Man, this thing is really cool. I can see it hanging from right there really well. But where I'm gonna stick it at, probably at the top, on the top of the Joe shelf, of course, for now. But it'll be the centerpiece of the Joe shelf, of course. But eventually, I do want to do a hanging dogfight between the Rattler and the Dragonfly, hanging from the ceiling, facing each other, blasting missiles at each other, and I think that's going to be really cool looking. So, in the Teen Mime, let me get this to the side, and we'll bust out Ghost Rider. I've been waiting for this for a minute as well. Very cool figure as well. The bike, not a fan. I don't want it actually at all. I'm kind of pissed that it sucks so bad, but that it has such cool fire effects around it. The box is very much the new Marvel Legends packaging. Well, the new Hasbro packaging. You'll see it on Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified, and Marvel Legends. Very cool. I rave about it every box I open. I know it gets annoying, but I love it. It's really good. Finally, some good packaging that I dig. This again, stunningly cool Ghost Rider figure that is Johnny Blaze, if you ask me, but they say it's Danny Ketch. Whatever. This is Johnny Blaze, motherfucker. And he's going to look good. He's going to look real good when I chrome him out. The jaw of the skeleton flaps, of course, as with their skull heads. Marvel Legends does very cool, very well. And yeah, the chain and the spikes and all that cool stuff is going to be chrome very soon. Let me get that to focus so you can see how cool that head sculpt is. It's got a really nice bone color that I've never ever seen on a figure before. They usually do like a, I don't know, like a solid, like a definitely like a solid color. This has some like gold highlights, some like yellowish highlights, like it's yellowing and like deep inside the eye cavities. A lot of really cool detail. The neck and chest is like clear fire. So it's like the skull is really just floating on an empty body of fire. That is fucking cool. There we go. Look at his neck and look at the neck and chest. It's just fire coming up out of the jacket. Wicked, wicked, wicked. I have no Ghost Rider figures. All the hundreds of Marvel figures I got, I never got a good Ghost Rider. I don't like any of the weird ones or anything like that. I just want a nice OG Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, which again, they're saying this is Danny Ketch. I don't know what makes it Danny Ketch as far as how it looks. To me, he's got motorcycle boots. He's got a motorcycle jacket. He's got spikes and chains and a flaming skull. And it's Johnny Blaze. I don't care. But whatever. It's cool. He's got a whip. He's got a chain whip. A flaming chain whip. Flaming chain whip. That is also going to look great in chrome. That is wicked. Wicked cool. So, lashing out with his chain whip. His flaming chain whip. Yeah, we'll figure out a cool pose, make that look really, really badass. And comes with extra set of hands, of course. One glove has spikes. One glove does not. His right hand has spikes on the glove on both of the hands, and then his left hand doesn't. He's got an open hand like that, or it's like sort of just like reaching out, and then a gripping hand for holding whips or motorcycle handlebars. I don't. What is this? Like what is this? What is this? What motorcycle is this? I know it's from the comic. It's fucking stupid. But I missed out on the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, so I'm just being a sore loser here. But yeah, it sucks. It's fucking lame. What is that? That's stupid. What is that? I don't even know what that is. It's stupid. It's not a motorcycle. It would be really badass if this was a motorcycle, because to tell you the truth, the reason I'm so salty about it is because if this was like a nice, realistic looking motorcycle, it would be my Dreadnought Torches, because I need a motorcycle for Torch. I got one for Buzzer and Ripper. Need a nice Harley chopper looking motorcycle for Torch now. This ain't gonna cut it. I'm not putting Torch on this. It's silly. Look at that. It's just like a Tron cycle or something. It's made from, it's some futuristic version. I digress. Moving on. Not really mad. This is a cool base. It just kind of annoys me, and what annoys me the most is that it's like it's potentially would be really cool. Like, look at these cool flaming bases that you could stick the wheels in and have it riding like that. There's actually there it is. There's a cool wheelie one. Look at that. This key's in here. like so. No, like so. Check it. That's fucking pimp. This motorcycle sucks. Big old goofy front thing. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to display him on this piece of shit bike. And it pisses me off because this is a really cool, flaming, like, wheelie setup, man. But he doesn't look like Johnny Blaze on this, obviously. So I'm going to pose him with Blade and Moon Knight and them guys and Dracula even, and just have a nice, like, you know, Midnight Suns crew. But this is a really cool looking bike if you like, or it's a really cool looking setup if you like the bike, which I clearly don't. But there's two handlebar options. Oh, is this handlebars? No. Okay. This is like a movable. Is this what they're talking about? Okay, so there's these. These are for him to stand on, like his feet pegs, and you can move them from the front position here or to a back position here, I guess, so that, you know, when so he can either ride like with his legs forward like a chopper style, or he can just ride like sitting up. Maybe one's for a wheelie and one's for regular riding. Yeah, like foot pegs. So that's like for riding, and then you would move the pegs down here, I think, for the wheelie. I'm guessing that would look better. So there you go. And that's how he sits. I'm not going to get into it really heavily because, like I said, as cool as this kind of looks, like if you're like a fan of this Danny Ketch Ghost Rider character, then yeah, you're loving this. This is really dope. I'm not a fan of Danny Ketch. I don't know anything about him. I don't care. I just want a really badass Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. So I bought this really expensive bullshit thing just to get this figure, because a Johnny Blaze figure on eBay, aftermarket, they're not cheap. They're well up like $80-$100. So fuck that. Yeah, I thought about that Spade customizing it, but honestly, there's nothing to do. It's just this big giant hollow, this big giant massive like body. There's no way to make it look like a regular motorcycle. I've looked at it, examined it. I mean, even look at the wheels. Like, there's no way to make this the forks and shit. So it's a loss because, like I said, wasted money. Oh, the handlebars for the bike, here they go, and they've got, like, you know, brake details, speedometer, and all that cool stuff on the handlebars. So like I said, overall it's cool. It's cool. If you're into this character, you can't go wrong. This is a really dope piece. Really dope piece. Not for me though. Kind of disappointed, kind of bittersweet about the coolness of the flame. All right. Yeah. Oh, don't forget these. So, with the Dragonfly, you may be wondering, what are those decals that it comes with? Because it comes with a crazy set of decals. All right. You can either do the, like, kind of traditional teeth, you know, biting mouth on the front of the Dragonfly, which is going to look really dope and just really, you know, iconic. And there's some little, you know, patches and insignias and little decals you can add, you know, chips and salsa, whatever. Have fun with it. Then you have the option, and if you were really rich and wealthy and you were able to buy 2 of these or more, I know people who've bought 5 for whatever reason. I don't know what you're doing with 5 of them, but anyway, you can do your second one in this version, which You know, again, it's really cool, but it's not the 80s iconic 80s version, so I won't be using it myself, but it is pretty dope. It is pretty dope. And then you've got some big. So for the traditional one, oh, that's not going on the Dragonfly. Where's that going at? Well, these two big decals are not going on the Dragonfly. That's for sure. There's no space. There's no real estate on the Dragonfly this big. But these are just, I guess, for your PC tower or whatever you want to put them on. And then, all right. Oh, God damn it. Comes with instructions. That's not instructions. Comes with instructions. Manual. But if you're an 80s kid, you don't use those. You just fuck it up and put it together wrong, and you deal with it. That's how we got down in the 80s. Nobody got a trophy for participating. All right. This thing is just the dopest. My God. I mean, that's the size of it. Look at this is a regular 7-inch figure. Look at the size of this compared to a figure. This thing is a misnafiz. Look at that. Can't even see it all. Like it gives you a perspective. This is a 6-inch figure. They did not disappoint. They did not disappoint. And that Rattler, I can only imagine how dope that Rattler is going to be. It's going to be dope. It's going to be dope, I tell you. It's going to be dope, I tell you. It's going to be super dope, I tell you. It's going to be super dope, I tell you. God damn it. We got more show. We got more show to go. We got more show to go. We got more show to go, y'all. So get my ass over there. Come on, guys. Come on. Honestly. You act like I'm doing something here illegal. Jesus Christ. It's huge. And I had to put like this big sawhorse thing up here so I could display it and break it down for y'all, but it was fucking dope and well worth it. You know, that's the question, Spade. That's the question. My idea, my plan right now is to hang it from the ceiling right there. So it doesn't really take up any shelf space, you know, and just kind of looks cool. I mean, right? You can't go wrong there. So that's kind of my idea. Whether it's going to work out, whether I'm going to be able to pull that off, you know, these are things that remain to be seen. But moving on to some DC goodness, because again, this is our DC Power Hour show. Spade, you already know how we get down. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the DCU. And everything we know about what's going on so far. Nicholas Hoult is the Lex Luthor of the new Superman movie. Spade, I know you're hell of excited about it. But Nicholas Hoult, who is set to play Lex Luthor in this new DCU Superman movie, has shared what it was like to work on set with James Gunn and star in the upcoming film. Ahead of the DCU's theatrical debut, the details of this upcoming story have been really kept largely under wraps. There's not a whole lot known about the Superman movie other than the basics. But there have been no short of casting announcements and set photos and leaks that have been trickling out. And since the film has wrapped and they've done filming it, the stars are now busy with promoting other projects ahead of Superman's release 2025. Snippets of information are beginning to filter through though, and Holt, who plays Lex Luthor, is set to have a huge year ahead of him with prominent roles as Juror Number 2 from director Clint Eastwood, Nosferatu from Robert Eggers, which we're going to talk about in a second. Nosferatu, apparently best horror movie of the year. And I don't doubt it. It looks amazing. And Superman from director James Gunn. So in an interview with Deadline discussing these varied projects, Holt offered some insight about this, his time filming Superman, which may be interesting to some of you guys, and what it was, what it was like to be, on set at the genesis of the DCU, and the whole blossoming of the whole universe that could end up being, finally DC's MCU, and with the visionary director and CEO of DCU Studios, James Gunn, at the helm. And so I think he said James Gunn has just had such a singular voice and vision in terms of movies that he crafts. And that was what was so exciting to be on set. Him and all the team around him, they really gel. And there's an excitement to creating with them. And that was something that was just infectious to be around. So I love the experience. And as a fan, I am just so excited to see what they've made, because I think it could be really special. Because again, guys, the actors have no idea what the movie's going to look like. They get out, they stand in front of the camera, they say some lines, they know maybe what the scene that they're doing might kind of look like. That's it. They have no idea what they're going to put together, how it's going to be edited, all of that stuff. So it could be a whole different movie than what they're expecting. So don't expect actors to really know what's going on. Obviously, the world of superhero movies has become a behemoth, right? A behemoth, however you would say that, in recent years with the rise of the MCU. The DCU is Warner Brothers' answer to that mega franchise, and by bringing in a former director from Marvel Studios who was initially set up to lead the galactic side, the cosmic side of MCU, in a similar way to how Kevin Feige spearheaded the entire MCU. It didn't happen. He did Guardians, and that was it, which in my opinion are the best out of the MCU. I think the Guardians movies are the best movies in the MCU. It's not a question. No question. So like getting him was a good move. And so to see what he's going to be able to do with it, I'm very excited. I like his work. Okay. He's got a good track record. And the main thing that I'm happy about, the main thing I'm excited about, the main thing I see being positive about Gunn is that I know he likes to be comic accurate. He likes to give you a live action comic. And so already with the multiple characters in the Superman movie, which I think is a great thing. I like the fact that there's other characters other than Superman in the movie, because that's how the comics are, right? That's how the comics are. Not, all the Superman movies in the past have just had Superman. Comics aren't like that. And so Nicholas Holt's comments confirm that Gunn was the right choice for this task. Basically, his overarching vision bleeding through into the film. And also commenting and saying like that, he has a team, he's got a crew, they're very gel, they've got a routine, they've got a what do you call it, right? They kind of move together, right? And that's very important. Like that's an important thing when you're putting together not just a movie, but a whole franchise, a whole universe of not just movies, but TV shows, video games, animation. That's all linked, and all characters played by the same actors and all that stuff, even the voice acting. So very ambitious. I'm very excited. I think DC is going to put MCU to shame. I think DC is going to show Marvel how it's done, which is a crazy comment. I know it's a hot take. And maybe not DC, right? Okay, well, I'll give it to James Gunn. James Gunn showed the MCU how it's done because he made the Guardians movies, and that's the best shit out of the MCU. So he already showed them how it's done. He's just going to continue doing that with some cool DC characters. which again, I'm a Marvel guy, so I'd much rather see James Gunn working on some dope cosmic Marvel movies. Much rather see that. But Marvel's got this thing they're doing now with the feminist movement and all of that, and that's the lane they're chosen, and that's the direction they're moving, and that's how they're doing it. So it's not we're not gonna get, if we did get a cosmic, like we already know it's gonna be the female Silver Surfer. I'm really blown away. I'm really surprised we're not getting the female Galactus. Do they not know this exists? Because I'm scared. If they find out there's a female Galactus, guys, that's what we're getting. Forget it. Because there is one. But yeah, I would say his comments don't really offer much in the way of an actual description or details or anything about the characters or anything about the movie, of course, which no one's going to do. We're not going to get that until the trailer, until the movie comes out, But shout out to Spade. What's good, Spade? Man, I truly hope faith in it. If it bombs, the Superman character maybe never recover. Yeah.
That's just like how I feel about it, man. Because like I said, I see what he did, and you're right about the Guardian. I watched Guardians 3 last night, and I was just like, the emotional part with Rocket's story and everything was great.
Yeah.
I just my personal opinion, and nobody got to run and say what's face it is, whatever. But it's just like with Guardians, I feel like a lot of people really at the time didn't know about the Guardians of the Galaxy like they did like the Avengers and stuff. So if it didn't do as well, it was like no big deal.
Right.
He didn't really have nothing to lose there. So he had like he had his play box he could play with. Now Superman, however, is more of an established character. And let's face it, I know a lot of his portrayals in live action have been either or. Most of the ones I kind of enjoyed, especially like Superman and Lois this season, man. I've been watching it like crazy. But with him, James Gunn taking the realm of this, I'm like, just don't make it like overly comedic and don't
right.
the characters.
I don't think he will. I don't think his Superman is going to be funny. He's got a very serious tone. Like he's real serious about Superman being a serious dude. Like a really, like to go back to his sort of core, his known persona that he's sort of known for, rather than trying to make up and do something new and weird. He's trying to go back to the original, vibe of Superman, which I think fans like you are gonna love, because that's what you like. You like the OG Superman, and that's what they're gonna give us here. But I do understand your concern, because Guardians has its comedic tones and stuff, and certainly does Suicide Squad and a lot of his projects, but even Peacemaker. But I think he's really good at having a movie where there's comedic shit happening in the movie, but there's also, like you said, look at the shit with Rocket, right? And the real deep stuff that he'll put in the movies too, and it fits. It doesn't like clash, right. So I think he's good at that. And so yeah, we'll have some real serious, good, solid Superman stuff. And Guy Gardner is probably going to do something funny, right? Guy Gardner's a arrogant dude. He'll probably be funny in a way. Something funny will happen there, because there's other characters in the movie. But I think Superman, when he's doing his thing, I mean, clearly he's not going to be like, cracking jokes and acting like Spider-Man or something like that.
Right.
So I think you're going to be in good shape. I do. But I get your apprehension. But I've always said this to you ever since we first heard about the DCU. I think that you're going to like it. I do.
I know you told me that, and I'm still going to reserve,
yeah, I know.
judgment on that, so to speak. But like, if it comes back, like, of course, you and like Stu and Cooks are people that I trust, so it'd be like, man, go see it's real good. Most likely, I'm gonna go see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's. Do I think it's gonna be like The Flush? No, absolutely not. I don't think it's gonna be garbage like that. But
right.
But like I said, I'm open to it. I do hope it does well, because being a huge Superman fan, I want to see him get a win somewhere.
Right. Exactly. So I think you'll get it here. I do. I do. I really have faith in it. I got faith in James Gunn, and I got faith in the plans and the way he's talking about doing it. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna really feel like a live action comic, which we haven't really gotten really perfectly. Like I think Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the best examples of of a live action comic book. A Deadpool comic, yeah, it's got its moments, but like I think we saw Wolverine for the first time in live action. Yes, Hugh Jackman is a great Wolverine, he does a great version of Wolverine, but like the comic book version of Wolverine, the one that wears the mask, the one that's kind of short, and the one that's just like a raging, that scene when he fought the Deadpool clones or the different Deadpools and stuff. That scene was like straight out of a comic. Like I was literally cheering in the theater. Like that was the best shit. Like I've been waiting, you know, 10 years for that. So or 10 Wolverine movies for that. So I think we're starting to get the people in Hollywood are starting to understand what a comic book movie should be.
They should have been got that because it's
I
just
know.
like, you know, we are paying customers, and obviously we read the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we, one of my friends told me one time, like, man, why would you go see a movie? I get it; they have to nuance it, you know, for
Mhm.
various reasons. But he was like, why would you go see a movie you know what's gonna happen? I'm like, because I
Yeah.
want to see what I read in live action, how it would play out, because I got an idea that
Yeah.
plays under my imagination.
Uh-huh.
Like I
Yep.
don't want them to change too much from the source material. I get
Right.
it, like I said, for copyright reasons and other stuff like that. But like, man, when you going way over here for it, and it's just kind of like this ain't what. Nah, this ain't what I read and what I grew up on.
Right. Exactly. 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 And I think man, I think that's what we're gonna get this time. So I have high hopes, but I promise I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna let you I'm gonna know if you're gonna like it or not. And I'll give you honest, I'll tell you if I don't think you're gonna like it, I'll be like, nah, bro, don't waste your time. But if I think you're gonna like it, I'm gonna tell you.
I
Definitely.
believe it. Like I said, I trust your judgment on that.
Yeah. For sure, for sure, for sure,
That's for sure.
for sure. Now, keeping it with James Gunn, but shifting to Batman real quick here, because we kind of got to keep it tight. But James Gunn, so there's this rumor that first, I guess we'll start with this. Barry Keoghan's Joker from the Batman is apparently there. That it's being said that there's some interesting intel has dropped on the Marvel Vision podcast, and they're hearing that Barry Keoghan is in talks to return as the Joker, but not in the Batman Part 2, but rather as the main villain in the Batman Part 3. And more intriguingly, he will Barry Keoghan's Joker will headline as a Max series to build up to the Batman 3, just like they're doing with the Penguin to build up to Batman 2. And this makes a lot of sense, especially considering the success of Penguin and how well it's being received right now. And, I think it's a great idea, which, you know, you having the villain in Batman 2 be the Joker, I think is a bad move. I think they should do someone else. We've had so many Joker movies. Let's save Joker for the third one. Give me Clayface, somebody else, someone we haven't seen, like someone really cool that could fit in like a dark, almost horror type Gotham that we got in the Batman. And Reeves is supposed to shoot the Batman Part 2 early next year. Robert Pattinson, Colin Farrell, Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, Andy Serkis, all set to return to the cast. Even the Catwoman character. So, and then back in September, Reeves confirmed to Collider that the plan was to turn his Batman movies into a trilogy. So he plans on doing a third one. And after a lot of drafts for the script, Batman 2 was finally completed in September, and no plot details have leaked at all. As a whole, the project is completely shrouded in deep secrecy. We don't even know who the villains are. There's nothing has come out about Batman 2. So Reeves is taking his time with this one, and for good reason. And there's no rush. Next year is
Right.
especially going to be important for James Gunn with the DCU, with Superman and all that stuff. So there's another DCU Batman in the works, right? Batman Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne Robin, and hopefully a blue and gray suited Batman, but we'll see. But that would be Andy Muschietti Brave and the Bold. But there haven't been too many Batman movies these last 35 years. There's 10. I've counted 10 in the last. There's been too many. And so it'll be very hard for Reeves to top the Christopher Nolan trilogy as far as popularity and stuff like that. I mean, I do not think that Barry Keoghan Joker will hold even the slightest candle to Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson, to be honest. Those versions are just too good, too iconic. I think they need to leave the Joker alone, or go back to an OG Silver Age, like fucking I can't read. I don't get up, but like the old school Joker or something like that, like a real iconic Joker or something. Because this Barry Keoghan Joker that they've given it this sort of like mutilated, bubbly, fucking scarred up, gross ass face. That's not the Joker to me. Like, I think the Joker should be more streamlined and clean, more like Jack Nicholson did. Heath Ledger definitely did the other end of the spectrum, but the Batman, the one at the end of that deleted scene, not a fan. Not a fan of that Joker. So
because I didn't see that deleted scene. I got the DVD, but I didn't like watch the extras or shit on it.
Yeah,
and so I got to go back and see that. But I'm like, I'm one of the very few people probably on this planet that really didn't care that much for the Nolan trilogy. I like Batman Begins, but the other two fell off. And so, talking about, the Joker, Jack is always going to be my favorite Joker, Jack Nicholson.
Me too.
I mean, you and I are the same age, so it's like that's the one we, kind of knew growing up in like 5th grade or something like that.
Right.
And
exactly.
Like, so when you said about them holding off Joker till like a third movie, I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Give you time to flesh out what you want this Joker to be.
Right. Now, the rumors about the Joker show, the Joker series, and Joker coming out and doing a Joker series and then doing Batman 3, James Gunn absolutely denies it. He said there's absolutely no truth to this. So this rumor that's been going around, we now are hearing Gunn is now shutting it down. The rumor saying that the Joker series starring Barry Keoghan is in the works, shutting that down, saying he took to social media, to debunk the rumors. Which is he just trying to throw us off? Is he really debunking them? But he said, turn on threads and everyone is just asking me about this. No, there is absolutely no truth to this. A Joker series is not being discussed, nor has even come up at this time. End quote.
I mean, if he's a movie head, then he, studio head. I mean,
he is.
I guess it's up to him. Like we say in wrestling, you either keep it kayfabe or you don't. Well, you gonna keep it hidden or you're not.
Right. And that's James Gunn. Matt Reeves is the one making the movies. So whether maybe James Gunn just hasn't heard what Matt Reeves has been talking about. Who knows? Maybe there is a joke. Maybe there was talks. Maybe someone did mention it. And maybe James Gunn doesn't know. I doubt it. But who knows? Maybe, like I said, maybe he's trying to throw us off. Maybe he just doesn't want to let us know, that break the surprise, whatever. But once the cat's out of the bag, there's not much you can do by denying it. Keoghan made the brief cameo in Joker at the end of the 2022 The Batman. Later, a deleted scene showcasing the actor's work was made available, where you can see and you can look at some images online where they've enhanced, because it's very, very difficult to see the Joker in these deleted scenes, which are even more, you can see him a little bit more than what you see at the end of the movie. Someone's enhanced it and brightened it up, so you can find pictures online where you get a really good picture of what it looks like, and it's hideous. It's hideous. That's the word for it. Hideous.
Not hideous, bro.
Hideous. Like, I would never use that word. for any of it's hideous, bro. That's what I think of when I see it.
Wow.
And like I said, Joker's like probably my favorite villain. Like probably because of when I was a kid, 10 years old, the Batman was everything. And so I've
I
been a
had to
big
start
fan of
understanding
Joker.
you.
Yeah, and I've been a big fan of Joker. Like I like the classic Joker, is my favorite one. But and Heath Ledger's Joker, it's a great character, and he did a really cool character, and I think his performance was amazing. And like, yeah, that's a dope character, but it doesn't feel like any Joker I've ever known. And I know that was
Well,
intentional. He made up his own character for sure. He definitely did his own take.
I didn't. I don't know. It his was. It was like you said. It was his own character, so it was a different Joker for me than what I'm used to.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, it was all right. I know a lot of people ran it and raved about it and stuff, and I'm like, it was
yeah.
okay. To me, it was just okay.
Hmm.
You
Yeah, I
know.
mean, as a big Joker fan, it doesn't really fulfill me, but just as like a cinema fan or just someone who likes the movie, yeah, you're gonna love that performance. That character was awesome. Heath Ledger killed it, sure. But if you're like I said, if you're like a Joker fan and you're looking for the Joker there, you might not be as impressed as a lot of people were.
Yeah. Did you watch that Joker Folly Do?
No, I haven't
Me
seen it yet.
either. I'm half and half. I'm like I kind of want to watch and kind of don't because I feel like that particular franchise.
Joaquin Phoenix, Joaquin
Uh,
Phoenix, he
yeah,
said it's the worst movie ever made.
really.
He said it is the worst movie ever made, which is a huge
Damn.
statement. That's just how he was feeling at the time when he said it. But that's the star of the movie saying that it's
That
the
movie,
worst
but
movie
it
made.
was
He
like
hates it.
the original Joker. It like that movie was so good. It did not need a sequel.
No, that was a one-off movie. That movie was
Yeah.
a one shot. It was an Elseworlds one shot. It was a weird version of a character that did not, like you said, did not need a sequel. Didn't need a follow-up story.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't even the real Joker. Batman's still a little kid, so it can't be the real Joker. And like he's got a name and like the real Joker we don't know who he is. He doesn't really have an origin in the comics. There's no definitive origin of who the Joker is and stuff like that. There's some explanations and kind of like, oh, he fell in a vat of acid and shit, but there's no definitive like who he was before that and shit like that.
Right. It
There's
was
been
like
a few different. Yeah, like in the Batman and the Keaton movies, Jack Napier. That's never been in the comics. That's made up for the movie and stuff like that. So there's been all types of different iterations, but no real origin like that. So the Todd Phillips Joaquin Joker movie, I just saw as like it's a cool character movie with the name of my favorite villain, and it kind of there's Thomas Wayne and like some characters I know, but like it's loosely based on, it's like loosely using character names. Like I don't need to see where this goes. I don't. That character isn't the Joker to me. It was a cool, like you said, it was just a cool movie. Should have been a one shot. Trying to follow it up was a bad move. The thing is, it was the studio. So Todd Phillips, the guy that made the movie, even he says that he basically sabotaged it. He was like, "Yeah, I just did it because the studio, I was under contract. I had to make a sequel, and they forced me to make a sequel, and I didn't want to, and so I gave them one, and that's what we got." People
That,
wonder why
you
it
know,
sucks.
that's genius on his part, stupid on the studio's part,
Right.
because of like they're looking at just money, 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 and it's just like I told, I'm a kind of paraphrase for Todd Phillips. I told a story that it was just a good story. That's all it was. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
need a follow up. It doesn't need a sequel. It doesn't need a whole franchise. It was what it was, and let it be.
That's it.
But we need you to make a sequel. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna get your fucking
Mm-hmm.
sequel because it's gonna fucking suck.
Yep. You got one. You got one. All right.
I,
Shit.
I
But
kind of want to see it just to see how bad it is.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it too because I'm curious. But Will I finish it? Will I fast forward and skip through parts? Probably. Will I finish it? I don't know.
It's
But
kind of like Madam Web. I wanted to see that, but every time I watch it, I fall asleep.
yeah. A lot of movies I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Madam Web. I haven't seen any of the. Like I haven't even finished. I haven't even watched Eternals. I haven't watched Love and Thunder. I haven't finished the Marvels. All those movies were unfinishable to me.
I love the Marvels. Thor: Love and Thunder. I had to power my way through it. Eternals. I fell asleep. Madam Web. I fell asleep. Something else I fell asleep on. It was just kind of like, it's not superhero fatigue. It's just not telling good stories.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not good movies. That's the only thing. But there's the Penguin show has been great. I have faith where that's going, so that's really cool. But there's and then the DCU, like the Lantern show, looks really good. I can't wait for that. So there's some cool stuff on the horizon, but we have a lot more to go over, but we're already hitting the 2 hour and 45-minute mark right now. So we're going to wrap the show up, but we will be back Wednesday at 7 p.m. and then again next Saturday at 7 p.m. with a lot more DC content and news for y'all. But Wednesday we'll be doing hip hop and comic show. So we'll do lots of Marvel and all types of movies and comics and good stuff we're going to talk about Wednesday. So keep it locked every Saturday, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe and get the auto notifications set up, man. So you get the notifications. So y'all have a good one, man. Be safe. Spade, thanks for coming on, man. And peace.
Thank you, brother. Peace right back at you.